Hi there, I'm Adrian and welcome to the third and final lesson in this little Cliff Gallup mini series in which I'm looking at the song Race with the Devil. In this lesson I'm going to be looking at the second guitar solo. I've already looked at the introduction and the verse part and the first guitar solo, so after this lesson, if you want to, you should be able to piece together the entire song and play it through from start to finish. So let's get straight down to business and look at this second guitar solo. So for this second solo, we've moved up to the key of F. The song starts out in the key of E, and then when it hits the solo, we move up a semitone to the key of F, and it stays in the key of F for the rest of the tune. And all of this solo is really played in and around the first position on the guitar, and I'm thinking in terms of chord tones here, so notes from an F7 chord and from a B flat 7 chord, all of the chord tones from an F12 bar blues basically. So let me take you through the solo phrase by phrase. The first phrase slowly goes like this. So we're starting off with a few pickup notes just leading in to the first lick. 7th fret on the 2nd string, 5th fret on the 2nd string, and then 1st fret on the 2nd string, hammering on to the 3rd fret. And those first two notes are played on offbeat, so it's got a kind of syncopated feel. It's 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Next we're playing the 1st fret on the top string, 3rd fret on the top string, and I'm bending that note 1 fret, so it's a semitone bend. Then I'm playing the same note again unbent, 1st fret on the top string, and then 3 to 1 on the 2nd string, 1st fret on the top string again, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and I'm quickly sliding up and back to the 4th fret. So then I'm playing the 1st fret on the 2nd string, 3rd fret on the 3rd string, 1st fret on the 3rd string, hammering on to the 2nd fret, then 1st fret on the 2nd string, and 1st fret on the 1st string. So don't worry if I'm going a little bit too fast in this video. I will try and put the tab and the music to this solo up on my website, and it might make it a bit easier to learn it if you've got that in front of you while you're learning it. So far this first phrase goes like this. Then we're sliding all the way up to the 12th fret on the top string. Then we're sliding one more fret to the 13th fret and repicking that note and sliding down again. So we slide up, then slide up one more fret, slide down. And then just to finish off this phrase, we're playing the 1st fret on the 1st string and then the 4th fret on the 2nd string. And for that 4th fret note, I think Cliff Gallup is just doing one of his little whammy bar dips into the note just to glide into it. And he's doing that quite frequently in this solo. So I think he's one of those players who just keeps his little finger on the whammy bar at all times and just occasionally just dips into certain notes. So one more time, the entire first phrase very slowly in time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. On to the second phrase, slowly sounds like this. So I'm playing frets 1, 2, 3 on the 2nd string, 1 to 3 on the top string. Then I've got some double stops. I'm playing the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, 4th fret on the 1st string, to the 1st fret on the top 2 strings, back to the previous little shape, then the 3rd fret on the top 2 strings, to the 1st fret on the top 2 strings, just barring that across those two notes with a single finger, and then I'm playing those two shapes again, so the third fret to the first fret. So we have this. And that phrase starting on beat 4 of the previous bar, so it's 1, 2, 3. On to the next little phrase, and it's more of these double stop shapes. It sounds like this. So we're starting off with the top 2 strings barred at the first fret. Then I'm playing the second fret on the third string together with the fourth fret on the second string. And for the next bit, I'm just going to keep my second finger held down on that note, and it's just the note on the second string which is going to be changing. So lifting up my little finger, and I'm playing the first fret on the second string. Then I'm putting my third finger down at the third fret, lifting it up again, and then putting my little finger back down at the fourth fret, then back to the third fret again. And then just for the rest of the phrase, it's just single notes, 1, 3, 1 on that second string. So just in time, we're playing that first double stop on the push on the and of 4, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and but both of those, the start of the phrase and in the middle of the phrase, there's those 2 pushes on beat 4, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and... Next little phrase sounds like this. So we're bending at the third fret on the second string, just a semitone bend, playing the same note unbent, first fret on the second string, third fret on the third string, first fret, hammering onto the second fret. Again, that's coming in on the push on the and of 4, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. I'm going to continue like this. So I've got the first fret on the second string, just gliding into that with the bar. Third fret on the third string, first fret, hammering on the second finger to the second fret, third fret on the fourth string. Now we're into the final little phrase, which sounds like this. And here we're just hammering on from the second to the third frets on the fifth string, and then we're playing the third fret on the fourth string, and we're just repeating that figure. I'm not sure how many times. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. But it's played in a continuous kind of 8th note rhythm. So again, it's a kind of group of 3 notes played with a 4 kind of cross rhythm. Doing the hammer on with my first to my second fingers, and then I'm just holding down my third finger on that note there on the fourth string. And then just the last note of the solo, I'm just playing the first fret on the low E string. And that's the entire thing. So why don't I play the whole thing one more time, nice and slowly, so you can see how all of this pieces together. Remember, you can look at the tab and the music on my website, and I think that will certainly help you get this whole piece together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Whole thing played with a nice kind of swing feel. Haven't really talked much about the right hand picking. I'm going to leave that up to you, but as I said in the video for the last solo, I'm generally trying to play down on the strong beats in the bar and then up on the off beats. Not always doing that, but for the most part, that's what I'm aiming for, and that's what feels best to me. So there you have it, another great Cliff Gallup guitar solo. As usual, I'm going to say start slowly, play it accurately, and then gradually work your way up to the kind of speed that he plays it on the recording. You can either learn the entire solo note perfect from start through to the finish, or you could always just take one or two licks that you particularly like and then work those into your own playing. So I hope you've enjoyed this little series of lessons and that it's given you some kind of insight into the guitar playing genius of Cliff Gallup. I know it's certainly benefited my own playing in learning this song and teaching these lessons, so I hope it does a similar thing for your playing as well. Have fun, and I hope to see you for more lessons again soon. Bye bye. So if anyone's still watching who hasn't got bored or fallen asleep, I'm just going to show you the last lick in the song, which is a fantastic ending lick. It sounds like this. And it's quite straightforward to play. We're just playing the 13th fret on the top two strings, just barring those two notes with my index finger, then 15 to 13 on the second string, 15 to 13 on the third string, hammering onto the 14th fret on the same string, 13 to 15 on the second string, and 13 on the top string. And rhythmically we're coming in on the offbeat again, so coming in on the and of 1, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And then we just got this lovely ending chord, which I guess it's a kind of F6-9 chord. I'm playing the 15th fret on the 4th string with my second finger, 14th fret on the 3rd string with my index finger, and then I'm using my 3rd finger to bar at the 15th fret across the top two strings. And I can just give that a little bit of a jiggle with the old whammy bar as well if you like. If I'm being pedantic, which I often am in these matters, I can actually hear the note at the 15th fret on the 5th string coming through as well, if you listen closely to the recording. So what I think Gallup might be doing is he actually might be using his second finger to hold down that note as well. It's something you can do if you fret at the 15th fret, kind of between the 4th and 5th strings. You can kind of hold down the two strings with the one finger. And then you can get a big 5-note chord. Personally, it's something I find a little bit awkward. I've got very skinny fingers, so it's kind of hard for me to do that. And if that's the case with you, the chord sounds great if you just play the top 4 strings. You needn't bother with that extra note.